Good evening, I'm Alex Dierckman. Less than a month before a new law giving high schools more flexibility with their scheduling goes into effect, school administrators say they still have lingering questions. Under the new law, high schools that receive an A rating from the Department of Education will not have to stick to the typical school calendar that consists of 180 days, each day lasting 6 hours. Qualifying schools can spend their days in or out of the classroom as long as they meet the total required minutes of teaching time. Sponsors of the bill say it allows schools to adapt their curricula to better fit the needs of their students. Schools that do not receive an A will be able to apply for a waiver to take advantage of the opportunity later in the school year. Most schools have already set their academic calendars, though, for the coming school year based on the traditional model, so schools are more likely to change their schedules the following year. The law goes into effect July 1st. The largest solar field on a North American airport property is under construction in Indianapolis. The many acres around the runway serve as a safety barrier, but the solar field is a way for the airport to generate some money from the land as well. The Indiana Solar Farm is a field of thousands of perfectly aligned panels just off the exit to the Indianapolis Airport property. It's one of a kind, featuring more than 44,000 panels on 75 acres of land, but that's not all. Phase 2 of the project is still in the works, and if it's approved, it will feature about the same amount of panels just beyond the current field. Together they will create 25 megawatts of green energy, enough to power 2,400 homes. Kurt Schneider is a partner and vice president at Johnson Mello Solutions, one of the companies partnered with the airport on the project. He says this project is a win-win-win scenario.
The airport had land they couldn't really use because it was right above a runway, and 15 feet is the height restriction, so they were only doing hay at the permanent time. So the airport gets a long-term lease option for 30 years on the property. We win because we develop jobs and economic impact, and also the taxpayer wins as well because there's tax that will come off the roll of the actual land and have to be paid during the projects.
Airport Property Director Eric Anderson says the solar field will be an iconic symbol as visitors come into the state.
A lot of corporations, when they come to visit or they're thinking about relocating or expanding, part of that equation is, how green is the state or the city.
Once completed, the field will create 16 to 20 permanent positions as well as ongoing operation and maintenance jobs. Construction scheduled to be completed by the fall. And here's a look at the weather. Very hot tomorrow with highs around 92 degrees. A 70% chance of thunderstorms tomorrow night with lows around 70 degrees. And here's a look at the 5-day forecast. Friday, mostly clear with highs around 78 degrees. Saturday, a 30% chance of thunderstorms with highs around 81 degrees. 83 degrees on Sunday with a 40% chance of thunderstorms. And Monday, a 40% chance of thunderstorms with highs around 82 degrees and low around 66 degrees. For more on these stories and other local news, go to indianapublicmedia.org. I'm Alex Dierckman.